fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are playing a mono green landfall deck showcasing one of the new cards from Final Fantasy, and that is Tifa Lockhart, and we do have a few other couple of cards as well. Tifa is a 2 mana 1/2 with trample, and as landfall, whenever land you control enters double Tifa's power until end of turn, so pretty similar to Mossborn Hydra, which we've played on the channel, but I do think potentially worse than Mossborn Hydra. Yes, she is cheaper, but the Mossborn Hydra doubles the counters on him, so stick around. Tifa, you need to do everything in 1 or 2 turns essentially, and she can get pretty big. Another new card we are playing is 3 copies of Sazh's Chocobo, a 1 mana 0/1 with landfall, put a counter on the Chocobo, and because we have quite a lot of landfall, that can get quite big. Rounding out the creatures, we have 3 copies of Llanowar Elves, just for some ramp, and 2 copies of Spring and Bloom Druid, a 3 mana 1/1, and when it enters we sack a land if we do search a library for 2 basic lands, so it can really grow our creatures and will let Tifa get up absolutely huge. Now, as I said, I think Tifa's a bit worse than Mossborn Hydra, which is annoying because she is a rare and an iconic character and legendary, but one of the things we can do is if we buff her power by using cards such as Giant Growth and Overprotect and Titanic Growth, then we play a land. Obviously, we buffed her up to say like a 5/6 or something, then we double her power. It works that way. You do have to be careful with going into full control mode, because if you don't go into full control mode, if you play a land and want to use an instant speed thing to buff her power, it won't hold priority. So make sure you use full control. And rounding out the deck, we have Snakeskin Veil, which puts a counter on a creature, which is great as well for Tifa, but also hexproof. Just to say as well, Overprotect does give trample, hexproof, and indestructible, so it can be good to give Sazh's Chocobo trample, because it's the only creature we have, well, only creature we're going to be attacking with that doesn't have trample. And then we have 1 copy of Bushwhack, 2 copies of Reach Horizon, another new card, which is the standard 4 mana search your library for 2 basic land cards. We can also search for town cards, but we're not playing any towns, so this also does allow us to get potentially 3 land drops if we play a land. If it's like we play a Fable Passage, crack it, that's 2 land drops, then play Reach Horizon, that's 4 land drops. So even just from a 1/0, it's going to be 1 up to 2, up to 4, up to 8, up to 16 just from 1 turn without any additional bust power. And the only other cards we have, Ride the Shoopuff, another new card. This is basically the Bristly Bill. It's a 2 mana enchantment. There's landfall. Whenever land we control enters, put a +1/+1 count on target creature we control. Then we can pay 7 to turn the enchantment into a 7/7 beast. I love the Shoopuffs in Final Fantasy 7, and I love the flavor text. Raise the Shoopuffs, all aboard! Final Fantasy 10. Don't know why I said 7. You could play Bristly Bill here, but obviously Bristly Bill is a lot easier to remove than an enchantment. And the other one is Bushwhack, just to find a basic land so we can hit a land drop, and then we can even fight a creature if we want to. Mana base, 15 forests, 4 escape tunnels and 4 Fable Passages. You could play Evolving Wilds for more fetch lands, but I think this is fine. So it's a fun deck, it's a powerful deck. Well, it can punch for a lot very quickly. You are relying on essentially, let's say 2.5 creatures. Tifa and Mossborn Hydra and Sazh's Chocobo can win, and I have got some wins with it as well. But yeah, Tifa, you need everything on 1 turn to get her power really high. Mossborn Hydra and Sazh's Chocobo, you can do it over a few turns, and I think that does make them better. And often, you probably don't want to play Tifa until you make her hold up Snakeskin Veil, depending on what matchup you're in, just because, yeah, if you get it down on turn 2, there's no point. So when you play a Mossborn Hydra, yeah, if you can play the Hydra and then play a land drop in the same turn, that's great, because immediately you get value, where Tifa, it doesn't, because she hasn't got haste. So, if you turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 2 Tifa, and then play a land, it's no better really than just waiting, playing Tifa after you've played a land for turn. So that is a downside from the deck, but it is quite punchy when it works. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with any other MTG fans you may know. Please leave a comment down below, especially what you think around Tifa compared to Mossborn Hydra. I think it's a bit worse, and I said it's a shame for such an iconic character and a legendary as well. So let me know what you think. I'd like to give a shout out to my Planeswalker level patrons. They are Mihal, Arcadius, and Adrian. So thank you all for your support. And I'll give a shout out to Thomas now instead of the wrap up, because I already said your name. But yeah, I'll see you all in the gameplay. We go first. Well, we don't have a Tifa or... But let's give this a go. Obviously, would quite like to hold our fetch lands for Tifa. Well, they can take anything they want. Well, there is a Tifa. We won't crack it, and hopefully our Tifa survives. Well, let us Giant Growth. Let us Snakeskin Veil. One land. Two land. Three land. Dead. That was turn 3, hit for 40. We go first. Well, we've got Sazh's Chocobo. No Tifa though, but hopefully our Chocobo can get quite chunky. Well, let's play out the escape tunnel. We'll sack it now. Hit in for 2. Another escape tunnel. I don't think any of our things give it trample. Oh no, over protect does. They might just be dead. Oh, they pitched to raise the past. So we can give it +7. Which is 1 short of lethal. Well, I think we just crack him now then, in case they do have removal. Do we have any creatures down there? Oh, they're heir apparent, but luckily we do have trample. Well, let us Spring Boom Druid. We'll sack a land. And let's get in. They're down to 1. Obviously, if I have a Razor past, we don't have any more trample in hand. Yeah. I've not seen this version of the deck before. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any more trample. Well, we have a Hydra. We have a Chocobo. We can't play a turn 2 ride the Shoopuff as it is. Life gain by the looks of it. I would love just another forest. So we can save some of our fetch lands for our Hydra. Let's not attack. Next turn we can ride the Shoopuff and get down a Fabled Passage and buff our Sazh Chocobo by a decent amount. They have something. They definitely have something. It might just be Scroll holding priority. Who knows? Second Ruin Lurker bat. Let's sack land, get a forest. They might have removal. Well, there is a forest. That is good. I'm going to get down Ride the Shoopuff and play out the forest and buff the Chocobo. See, Skrelv is annoying because it can just give something protection from green. And next time we can play out the Hydra, then play out the Fabled Passage. Well, there's Tifa. But I think for now we do the Hydra. Doesn't give reach anything, does it? No. Is it still Scroll hard on priority? Or Get Lost maybe? Who knows? we go, and we'll hold back again. Because they can only give one thing protection. Well, that's a bit annoying. Well, we're up to 31. But their shields are down because Scrub can't block. Take that, sucker. We go first. Well, with an alright hand, we can Tifa turn 2, then ride the Shoopuff and get down a Veil Passage. Hopefully it survives. It does not. Hopefully our Hydra does then, because we have a lot of Fatal Passages. Looking at our Shoopuff. They're in red-green and not actually playing anything. Are they just all removal? They have a Burst Lightning. At least one. If I have another one, it's not the end of the world. Yep. But we do have a second Mossborn Hydra. And a third Fable Passage. Do they have more removal? A mouse deck but doesn't play anything till turn 4. Well, our Hydra's about to get pretty chunky. And we can grow Sazh's Chocobo as well. But we will go all in on our Hydra. We won't block. If we die, we die. Well, we might block with the Chocobo. Sazh's Chocobo. Yeah, with double strike. So I imagine they have a Monstrous Rage. Of course they do. Two of them? We're down to 7. They need a 2 toughness creature. Well, that's not going to do it. That's it. I need at least a 2 toughness creature, sorry. A 3 toughness creature, I mean. But yes, they are dead. Yeah. A red-green mouse deck, but didn't play anything until turn 4. Well, I didn't play a creature till turn 4. It was very weird. We go first. We do have a Mossborn Hydra. And we can bushwhack for a 3rd forest. Which we'll do now. I'm going to hold back with the Hydra until we can hold up Snakeskin Vow. Because Fable Passage will put the land into play untapped. Because it'll be our 4th land. An Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. And next turn we can get our Hydra pretty bigly. I mean, that was really dumb. Yeah, that was pretty stupid by them. Even if we didn't have a Snakeskin Vow, which we didn't have to use because we just grew out of the channel of the Carnosaur. We can grow a pretty big Chocobo. I think that's what we try and do. But I would love to draw a Tifa or a Mossborn Hydra because with 2 Fable Passages and a Ride the Shoopuff, that'll put us in a pretty good situation. I might play out Land of Elves turn 1 so we can immediately trigger for Chocobo turn 2. That's if our opponent wants to play today. There we go. Duress? No. Well, let's play out an elf. Right, let's get that Ride the Shoopuff because they can't remove it. And it means we have a chance of growing our Sazh Chocobo out of range of some of their smaller removal pieces. And now we do have a Snakeskin Vow we can hold up. That's a problem. Yeah. That's a big problem. Oh, we are going to block. Well, I'm glad we did that. Well, I won't use Overprotect now then. But he does give it Hexproof and Indestructible and Trample. I'm wondering if we can just get lethal next turn. I think we can. We're down to 15. Why didn't they play out the Dread Knight? Oops a daisy. Yep. Bit of bad manners chucking on the giant growth at the end there, but oh well. Hello Magic fans and welcome back to a very quick wrap up. So yeah, I really want to like the deck. I've always been a big fan of green, and green has been very weak for a long time. And one of the issues, I won't go into it too much, but is what I call next turn's problem. You know, there are very few green cards that give you value the turn they come down. Yes, Mossborn Hydra can give you value if you can play a land the same turn, but then it's only a 2/2, so it can still be removed with Cut Down and Virtue of Persistence, Lockthorn Scorn. Yes, if you play a fetch land, you can get up to 4 power, and in fact, one of the games you will see me play a fetch land, and then they try to use the channel, the Trumpeting Carnosaur, and deal 3 to it, and I'll crack my fetch land, it went up to 4 power, and that's what won as a game, basically. So, but things like Tifa, you've got to wait till next turn to get value, and if you don't have let's say the combo of a fetch land or even a land and some buff spells, she's not going to do much. And because it doesn't buff her toughness, she's not that hard to kill. Obviously, they'll probably lose all their creatures, but I think giving her haste would have been, like, I don't think for a legendary rare, I don't think that would have been too bad. That way you can get her down, get a land down, crack it, and attacking for, like, say, you know, even 4 is not that bad for a legendary. Oh well. But if you do get up, you know, if you do get to a stage where you can, you know, play a fetch land and reach a horizon, then you are just going to smash in for a huge amount. So it's a shame that I think she's pretty weak. Mono green has been, well, green has been weak for a long time, and you know, hopefully they fix that. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I've already given a shout out to all my patrons. Please share it. Please leave comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.